It's funny. Yeah. So I mean, like the yin side is your inner game stuff, your confidence levels, your creativity, your belief in yourself, your self esteem, all of the things that drive and allow you to move forward or create however you do decide to move forward. And the yang side is the outer game strategy, the tactics, the details, the how I'm going to go about what is my strategic plan? How do what do I do today, tomorrow, the next day to build my business to a success? Where the inside worries about like, okay, so let's say you build your business to this mega success. Are you going to be happy, fulfilled? Is it going to be meaningful to you? Are you going to be making the impact that you want to make? And are you going to want to do it? Or is it going to be a deeper prison for you because you only followed and listened to the the yang side of your situation, right? So what I realized early on, well, I shouldn't say, after I got my first taste of success and after I became a millionaire for the first time, and then I made and lost millions, not once, not twice, but three more times. Like, and I'm talking about like not just 1 million, but like I've made hundreds of millions of dollars in the course of my career, for myself, for my clients, for, like the results that I've been able to create have been nothing short of astounding. But I was always on this roller coaster where, as soon as I made it, sooner or later I would sabotage it or something outside my control would happen and it would, dissolve on me. And it wasn't until like 2009 when I intentionally shut down my entire operations after getting back from hanging out for a week on Necker Island with, Dan Kushel and a bunch of really awesome Yannick Silver, Joe Polish, some awesome entrepreneurs, and not to the least of which was Richard Branson. And having to spend, 4 or 5 days FaceTime with Richard Branson, I was miserable because I realized that when I got back, I hated my life. Even though by the outside world, I was successful, I had focused so far on measuring everything in my life against the yang side of the equation that was driving it. And instead of the balance between the two. And what I started to realize is that it's zero factors. If you go all yang and you have a zero factor on the inside, well, multiply 1,000,000,000 times zero and you wind up with zero results. And, you wind up there. And on the other side, which is what I struggled with for a long time, I had like all this internal work that I was doing, all the studying, all the new stuff that I had acquired, all the different business opportunities that I had invested in, all of the different programs that were going to fix me. That this time it's going to be different. This time, this is why all the others failed me, and this time it's going to be different. But I had all of that in there. The reason why I didn't have success is that I wasn't putting the yang side to work. So I had a zero on the yang side. Like I was scared to get in the game. I was scared to take action. Yeah, I mean, like the zero factor is just to give an example, right? But I don't believe that it's possible to have absolute zero on either side, right? Like it's degrees of it. But watch what happens. Like let's say for the first the first 32 years of my life, I focused, almost entirely on the inside of it. And I got good at, the subconscious mind and the reprogramming and the subliminal tapes and all of that stuff. Anything about the power of the mind, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, all of that stuff, working on your confidence, your self-esteem, all of the stuff that's important there. And let's say I built that up to, like just to use big numbers, let's say that's 1,000,000 on that side. I just mean that the number that I'm assigning to that side of the equation, is just 1,000,000. But I only have like a one or fractional numbers on the yang side. So I'm getting some results, but it isn't what I really want. And like let's say it's 0.001 on the yang side of implementing, of taking action, of overcoming my fear, of feeling the fear and doing it anyway in the real world, as opposed to just in my mind, and just in terms of visualizing and goal setting and future writing down the vision of everything that you want to have and that you're going to have, and saying it as if you already have it. I was doing all that, but the problem was, inside I was saying, well, this is bullshit. Like, I do not have it yet. I don't really believe what I'm saying. Anyway, that's still part of the yin side of the equation. But what ended up happening is that I focused for so long on the yin side that once I started focusing on the yang side of the equation, I made rapid progress towards my goal, which in my mind, remember, was to become a millionaire so that I could have the freedom that I wanted, and that was going to fix me. That was going to make all my pain, all my problems go away when I equaled millionaire. So from the time that I started really focusing on the balance and balancing out the yang side, and taking massive action and being, like very type A, embracing my aggressive side of my personality and, get it done competitiveness and like win at all costs, that type of thing. In less than 18 months, I was a cash millionaire from focusing on it. So I was now addicted to, well, the answer is all the tactical things, all the methodologies, all the stuff. And so I doubled down on investing in the programs and marketing and business development stuff. And it became just about that, and winning by keeping track of the numbers, not bothering to wonder how fulfilling it was. And that's where everything kind of came to a head. And that's why I made and lost. So, the yin side, both the yin and the yang end up creating your Fred stories, because here's the process that we all go through in one capacity or another. I call it tune, look, see. We tune into certain thoughts. And as we tune into them, we then look for the next step up, as we look for what? Well, we look for evidence to prove that what we're tuning into is the truth. So in Fred's case, or in our story case, it's all framed, like what we choose to tune into is framed by our Fred stories. It's framed by our, what Carl Jung talks about, and I use this quote myself all the time, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will control your life, and you'll call it fate. So, I mean, isn't that what, Fred was saying about it? Oh, it's just, it just must be one of those things. Like, I can't win for losing. So when you're there, you're now tuning into things, thoughts, ideas, beliefs that you already have, core beliefs, your identity part of it in the tuning process. It immediately colors, just like a computer operating system. You don't know that it's a computer operating system that's running you, but it's what allows you to run all the different applications and software and all of that on top of that operating system. So you're tuning in automatically, then you're looking for evidence that supports it. And you can look for whatever you look for, you will in fact see, which is the third step, which is the seeing, which is the results side of the equation, what you see manifested in your life. Now, it works towards the wanted side and it works towards the unwanted side, right? Like you can tune in automatically to things that you want. And, there's certain things that we have supreme confidence about in our life, that we have stories that have been serving us, that we have beliefs that are taking us closer to where we want to be, and that are a positive thing that result in like let's say you have a belief or a core identity that you're awesome at math, or you're awesome at, engineering type things. Then you automatically are going to start tuning into more things that are going to prove that, and you're going to be looking for evidence that supports that, and then you will see the results in you'll see more of that in your real life. And on the other hand, we also have things that we tune into that we don't want, because like every subject is two subjects, what we want and what we don't want. And so, we have core, and until you learn to unwind these Fred stories, you're going to operate completely oblivious to the fact that this is even going on. But if you ever just take an objective observer look at it, you'll see that it starts with you're tuning into some thought or idea, and you're looking for evidence that supports that same kind of tuning that you're doing, and then you end up seeing the results, whether it's on the what you want side of the equation or what you fear happening side of the equation. And it stacks up.